Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Talk English.
Hi, friends. Today we're talking about something powerful, gratitude.
Gratitude means being thankful for the things and people in your life.
That's right. When you focus on gratitude, your day feels lighter, happier, and more positive.
And the best part? You can practice English while practicing gratitude at the same time.
Exactly. We'll show you how to talk about gratitude in simple English through real, everyday examples.
So, Mark, what does gratitude mean to you?
For me, gratitude means noticing the good things, even small ones, like a warm cup of coffee or a sunny morning.
That's beautiful. Gratitude isn't about big things, it's about feeling thankful every day.
Exactly. You can say, I'm thankful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. I appreciate my friends.
Perfect. These are easy ways to express gratitude in English.
And they're great for daily practice. Say one sentence every morning and your mood will change.
Yes, that's so true, Mark. Gratitude is like a little light. It makes even an ordinary day feel special.
I like that. Sometimes I forget to be thankful when life gets busy.
We all do, but that's why it's important to slow down and notice simple things. For example, the smell of breakfast, a smile from a friend, or just the sound of birds outside.
Right. When I start my day with gratitude, everything feels easier. Even small problems don't seem so big.
Exactly. Gratitude helps you focus on what you have, not what you don't have.
That's powerful. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present.
Well said, Mark. You can also practice by keeping a gratitude list.
Oh, I like that idea. What's a gratitude list?
It's simple. Every day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. It could be a person, an event, or something small that made you smile.
Like, I'm grateful for my family. I'm thankful for my job. Or I appreciate the sunshine today.
Perfect. When you write it down in English, you practice both your language and your mindset.
That's such a good combination. English and positivity.
Yes. And remember, gratitude isn't just words, it's a feeling. When you say thank you, say it with meaning.
So true. Gratitude changes not only how you speak, but also how you see the world.
Exactly. It's a small practice with a big impact, and it can make your English learning journey much happier.
I'll start my gratitude list today, in English.
That's the spirit. One thankful sentence a day can change your whole week. Let's talk about small things we can be grateful for.
I'm grateful for my morning coffee.
Me too. I'm grateful for quiet mornings and time to read.
Listeners, think about your own life. What small things make you smile?
You can say, I'm thankful for fresh air.
I'm grateful for my pet.
I appreciate my job.
When you speak these words in English, you practice 2 things, your vocabulary and your heart.
That's right. Gratitude is good for your English and your happiness.
Yeah, it's like double practice for your language and your soul.
When you speak with gratitude, your voice sounds softer and more positive.
Exactly, Mark. Gratitude changes your tone and even your energy.
When you say thank you with meaning, people can feel it.
That's true. And small things matter more than we think. For example, when someone holds the door for you, or when you hear your favorite song on the radio.
Yes, or when the weather is nice, when your food tastes good, or when someone smiles at you.
Those little moments can make a big difference.
Right, and when you start noticing them, your English practice becomes more meaningful too, because you're not just repeating words, you're describing real feelings.
I like that. Gratitude helps you speak from your heart, not just your head.
Exactly, and here's something fun you can try, listeners. Pick one small thing every day and say it in English.
For example, I'm thankful for the sunshine, or I appreciate my lunch today.
That's a great idea. If you do this every morning, you'll start your day with positive energy and improve your English naturally.
It's like training your brain to see the good in life, one English sentence at a time.
Yes, and the more you practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to find joy, even on simple days.
That's so true. Gratitude doesn't make life perfect, but it makes it brighter.
Beautifully said, Mark, and that's something worth being thankful for. Let's practice how to talk about people you appreciate.
Good idea. Try these examples.
I'm grateful for my mom. She always supports me.
I'm thankful for my teacher. She helps me learn.
I appreciate my best friend. He makes me laugh.
Those are lovely sentences.
Yes, and you can use them to write messages too, for birthdays, holidays, or just to make someone smile.
I think saying thank you is one of the simplest but most powerful things in any language.
I agree. A small thank you can change someone's whole day.
Yeah, sometimes we forget how strong those two words are. Thank you. They're short, but they mean so much.
Exactly. You don't need fancy vocabulary or long sentences. Just saying thank you with honesty can make people feel special.
And it doesn't matter who you say it to. Your parents, your coworkers, even the bus driver or someone at the store.
That's true. Gratitude connects people. It shows kindness and respect.
You know, I once wrote a thank you message to my old English teacher. I just wanted to tell her how much she helped me.
That's wonderful, Mark. How did she respond?
She said it made her day. She told me that teachers don't always know how much they impact their students. So my message really meant a lot to her.
Aw, that's beautiful. See? Gratitude doesn't just make you feel good, it spreads happiness to others too.
I guess that's why gratitude is powerful. It's like a circle. When you share it, it always comes back.
Exactly. And here's something listeners can try. Write a short message in English to someone you appreciate. It could be just 1 or 2 sentences.
Like, thank you for being there for me, or I'm really grateful for your help.
Yes, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be real.
I like that. Gratitude sounds best when it's simple and sincere.
Well said, Mark. The world always needs more thank yous. Let's do a short practice together.
Okay.
Close your eyes for a moment. Think of 3 things you are grateful for today.
I'm grateful for my morning walk, my coffee, and this podcast.
That's perfect. See? Gratitude can be simple.
What about you, Anna?
I'm grateful for my students, my health, and the sunshine outside my window.
That's beautiful. When you focus on the good, you find more good things.
Exactly. Gratitude changes how you see the world and how you speak about it.
Yeah, it's like the more you look for good things, the more you start to notice them everywhere.
That's right. Gratitude is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
I love that idea. So, if I practice being thankful every day, it becomes easier to stay positive.
Exactly, Mark. And here's the best part. When your heart feels positive, your English learning feels lighter too.
That's true. When I'm in a good mood, I remember words faster and feel more confident speaking.
Yes, our emotions and language are connected. Gratitude doesn't just change your day, it changes how your brain learns.
Wow, that's amazing. So, gratitude is not only good for happiness, it's also good for memory.
Absolutely. It's science. When you feel calm and thankful, your brain opens up to new information.
I guess that means English learners should practice saying thank you, not just for manners, but also for better learning.
Yes, maybe that's the secret recipe to speaking fluently. A thankful heart and a curious mind.
I really like that, Anna. Gratitude makes learning feel like a gift, not a chore.
Exactly. Every word you learn, every sentence you understand, is something to be grateful for.
So true. I'm going to start every study session by saying, I'm thankful for this moment to learn.
That's beautiful, Mark. Gratitude turns learning into joy, and that's what makes it last. Let's teach our listeners some easy gratitude phrases.
Thank you for helping me. I really appreciate it.
That means a lot to me.
I'm so thankful for your support.
I feel lucky to have you.
Mark, these are polite, warm, and natural. You can use them anywhere, at school, work, or with friends.
Yes, and remember, how you say it matters too. Smile and let your tone show your feeling.
So it's not just words, it's emotion.
Exactly. Gratitude isn't only about saying nice words, it's about how you say them. When you speak with warmth and sincerity, people feel it.
Right. Even a simple thank you sounds different when it comes from the heart.
That's so true. Let's try some examples, and listeners can repeat after us.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your help.
I really appreciate your time.
You're always so kind. Thank you.
That was very thoughtful of you.
Great job. See, when you use these phrases, you sound polite and friendly, and that's a big part of good communication.
Yeah, and these phrases are flexible too. You can use them in emails, messages, or even short conversations.
Exactly. For example, at work, you can say, "Thank you for your support on this project." And to a friend, you might say, "Thanks for listening to me."
That's a great point.
Gratitude fits everywhere, in formal and casual situations.
And you know what, Mark? The more we express gratitude, the more we receive it.
That's so true. People remember kindness. A few kind words can build strong connections.
Yes, and they also make your English sound more natural. Native speakers use these little gratitude phrases all the time.
So if you want to sound polite, confident, and kind, start with thank you.
Exactly. It's one of the most powerful phrases in any language, small but full of meaning. You know, Anna, I've started feeling grateful for my English practice too.
Really? How so?
I used to feel stressed about learning English, but now I'm thankful that I can learn, listen, and talk every day.
That's such a great mindset. When you feel thankful for learning, your motivation grows naturally.
Yes, now I say I'm grateful for every new word I learn.
Beautiful. That's the true power of gratitude. It turns effort into joy.
Yeah, it really changes how I see learning. Before, I used to think, oh, I have to study English. But now I think, wow, I get to study English.
That's such an amazing shift, Mark. When you replace pressure with gratitude, learning becomes something you enjoy, not something you fear.
Exactly. Even when I make mistakes, I try to be thankful for them because they mean I'm learning something new.
That's the perfect attitude. You can say, I'm grateful for my mistakes because they help me grow.
I love that. It reminds me that every step, even the small or hard ones, is part of progress.
Yes, gratitude helps you see progress, not just problems. And that's why so many learners stay motivated.
I totally agree. When I finish a lesson, I try to tell myself, good job, you learned something today.
That's such a healthy habit, Mark. You're celebrating small wins, and those are the ones that keep you moving forward.
I think everyone listening should try that too. At the end of the day, instead of saying, I didn't study enough, try saying, I learned something today, and that's enough.
That's a wonderful message. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you to others. It's also about saying thank you to yourself.
Right. You should be proud of every bit of effort you make.
Exactly. Gratitude makes learning more peaceful and more human. It turns English practice into something joyful and meaningful.
And that's when real progress begins, when your heart and your words work together. Let's review what we learned today.
We learned how to say, I'm grateful for, and I appreciate in real conversations.
We practiced talking about people, things, and daily moments we're thankful for.
We also learned that gratitude helps not just your English, but your happiness too.
Exactly. When you start your day with gratitude, your English and your life both grow brighter.
So friends, take 1 minute today and say 3 things you're thankful for in English.
Yes, speak them out loud and smile. It's a small habit with a big impact.
And remember, learning English is a journey. Be grateful for every small step.
Beautifully said, Mark.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And thank you, Mark, for sharing your thoughts and good energy today.
I'm grateful for this talk, really. It reminds me how important it is to stop, breathe, and just appreciate life.
Yes, sometimes we rush so much, studying, working, worrying, that we forget how much we already have.
Exactly. Gratitude brings us back to the present moment. It helps us see what's good right now, not just what's missing.
That's such a beautiful way to put it. And it's the same with learning English. Don't wait to be perfect before you feel proud. Be grateful for every word, every try, every improvement.
Right. Even listening to this podcast counts as progress. So if you're here, you're already doing great.
Absolutely. So let's celebrate that.
Okay. Thank you, English learners, for spending your time with us.
We're so grateful for you. Every time you listen, repeat, or practice, you're growing, not just as a student, but as a person.
That's the true power of gratitude. It helps you learn with heart.
Yes, and it fills your English with warmth and meaning.
So let's all keep learning, keep smiling, and keep being thankful. One day, one word at a time.
Perfect ending, Mark.
Thank you again, Anna.
You're welcome. And thank you everyone for joining us here on Talk English.
See you next time, and remember, there's always something to be thankful for.